A daily ritual began to develop in Hell when every day Corrie would try the tranny, the radio. She would scan through all the stations, but all she would ever get is static. Then Ellie realized that it was a shortwave radio, which meant that it could pick up stations from all around the world. Ellie called the group over and they listened to the radio. Then they heard the first adult voice that they had heard in weeks. It concluded that it wasn't World War III yet. Then the batteries died. Homer started talking tactics and began thinking in the long term, like bringing up veggies and chooks. The group wanted to know more about the showgrounds, so they sent 2 pairs into town the next night to investigate. Robin and Chris just hung around town looking for strays while Corrie and Kevin went to the showground. Ellie, Homer, Fee and Lee stayed in Hell, and Ellie got very confused between her feelings for Homer and Lee. The biggest theme is probably discovery, because the group kept on discovering things. They discovered that it wasn't World War III yet, after they had heard the first adult voice that they had heard for weeks. Warned America not to get involved. The general said that America would find herself in the longest, costliest, and bloodiest war in her history if she tried to intervene. He said that his forces have occupied several major coastal cities. Much of the inland has been taken already, and losses have been below expectations. Many civilian and military prisoners have been captured and are being held in humanitarian conditions. Red Cross teams will be permitted to inspect them when the situation stabilizes. The group obviously wanted to discover even more though, so they sent 2 groups into town the next night. My analysis question is, do you think that the group could know too much later and not want to discover more? I think that yes, at one point I do believe that the group will know too much and will cross the line from knowing enough to stay alive to knowing too much. I don't think that it's good to know too much, because then you just get confused and annoyed and frustrated and you feel bad. But if they know just enough to stay alive and they don't know some certain details, then they might actually be able to form a plan even without those certain details that would work against those little minor details. And if they had them, I don't think that they might have done that little plan. So I think that yes, they will at one point cross over the line.